Metal-heads.de.
Hallo Metalheads, wir sind hier immer beim Rage Against Racism with the Nuclear from Chile. You played here 6 years ago and yeah, happy you're back again. And I would say playing in Germany or Europe is a bit different to playing in Santiago, Chile, South America. So yeah, can you tell us a little bit about what it's like at your home?
Yes, we're really happy to be back. I think every single country has a unique touch, you know, and it's different in many ways, but it's no less than other. I mean, you can maybe probably have a lot of people here in Germany. You know, for instance, we played another festival yesterday, today here at Rage, and a lot of people, you know, attended. But sometimes in Chile you have less people maybe at the gigs, but crazier maybe. You know, the guys moshing, you know, slam dancing, you know, stage divings, you name it. But yes, if we can put it in words, maybe the European audience is more civilized than the South American crowd, if I can put it into words.
So in Europe there are more festivals than in South America.
Way more.
And a festival is a very important instance to show music of the bands to larger crowds, you know. So I think in South America we recently start to have more metal festival, like the Metal Fest in Chile is a very important festival there.
Yeah.
How many people are attending there?
15,000 people with very great names like Creator, Testament,
Accept,
Napalm Death.
Napalm Death.
So
Yeah.
the things are starting to move. Yeah.
Yeah, regarding not only festivals but regular gigs, looking year round in Ruhrpott area and Cologne, within a 1 hour drive you can choose between dozens of shows at one evening, choose between hundreds of venues. It's probably way different in South America.
A little bit. Every week, for example, in Santiago, which is the city.
It's a really big city.
Yeah, we live in. So every weekend, for example, there's a lot of metal shows.
Probably from Wednesday on.
From Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday, you know, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays are
Even some Sundays. You have metal shows, underground gigs, big gigs, middle-sized gigs, and the people is very receptive to the bands. There's a very strong underground scene in Chile. I think maybe it's a little bit different than Europe, when you have a more organized industry, music business around metal.
Yeah, for example, what is like getting instruments and all the gear?
I mean, we have, you know, not a lot, but we have, you know, to choose from. But not sometimes, if you are just looking for a specific item, maybe you're not going to find it. You have to import it. You can do it, but obviously the fees, the taxes, and everything is going to be very expensive. But yeah, I think it's Chile is. It's one of the most prominent countries in South America, I think. We have a good economy. If you think about our neighbors, like in Argentina, they are having a really tough times right now with their economy. Bolivia, Peru are countries that they are not so good compared to us. We have our own problems, a lot of issues as well. But yes, I think in terms of, I think Chile has been copying the United States for so long. You know, we're trying to, it's like this economical model that maybe Chile is trying to get to, you know, and that one is from the United States. I think we have a lot of things, fast foods and shit, and this, But yeah, I mean, it's around, like I said in Matias, around metal, we don't have like a big industry. We don't have big labels like maybe Nuclear Blast or Century Media.
Napalm Records,
booking agencies.
Yes, we have in South America, but it's not that big like in Europe.
So you don't have to do it all on your own?
A lot of stuff a lot of stuff is very focused on the do-it-yourself attitude, if
We used to have.
Yeah.
When Nuclear are how long in business?
Oh,
Decades?
20 years.
20 years, so
yeah.
not longer underground anymore in Chile.
No.
But what's about the underground? An underground show, how expensive is it to get a ticket for it? And how many people, in Chile, how many people are attending?
Underground shows you can have from... sorry. We're live. From 2 to 3 euros to, if it's really underground, maybe 10 euros or 8 euros. Then you can go up, they can go up to 20 euro ticket, something very similar here. But yeah, you have very like cheap, shows like 3 euro show and a lot of, small bands, these youngsters playing really fast, really angry, kids, and it's really nice. You can have the time of your life, sometimes just by attending to one of those shows. And you see a lot of, new blood, these youngsters, playing.
Yep, that's really cool. What are the influences of the youngsters?
Oh, influences, maybe you can...
You are one influence too for them.
For some, probably, yes. For some others, I think we always look up to American bands, German bands, like maybe a young thrash metal band. Maybe they always look up to Creator, maybe Slayer, Sodom,
Yeah.
Tankard. It's like I think it's the same everywhere. I mean, the old school is always there. It's like we always tend to look up to those bands, and I think it's we ourselves, when we started, we were really fans, really fans of Sepultura.
Sepultura is a good point. Are there any indigenous influences, like from native music from Chile?
Influences, not musical. I mean, from I did not.
I don't know if there is like Chile folk music or native music.
Okay.
There is folk bands in Chile. There are a lot.
And are there influences for metal bands too, like implementing elements of traditional Chilean music into their sound?
There are a couple of bands who take these native elements of music. I can mention Nunca Seremos Dichosos, and SD is 3 letters. They play metal and they sing in Mapudungun, which is the native language of Mapuche. Mapuche is the native tribe of Chile. Not only Chile, Chile and Argentina. So they take elements of that ancient culture and put it into metal in a very modern way. It's a new generation of bands.
Well, so it sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting because you can put our ancient culture to the world, So many people can know more about Mapuche people or Mapuche language, Mapudungun, through the music of this band, for example.
Are they successful over the borders?
Yeah, they're starting, but they're very successful in between younger people, people who are looking for I think a kind of identity in music. They're starting. They share a stage with very big names like Gojira from France, bands like that. So I think they are. If they are continue,
they're in the right path.
Yeah, the right path. The band could be a bigger name.
Yeah, very cool. Very interesting. I will have to look it up later.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna
write it down, and maybe they're on YouTube too.
Yeah.
So we will share it with you, so you can look it up yourself. And from a friend of mine who lived in Santiago 15 years ago, I heard that at this time In Extremo or Rammstein were very popular.
Yeah.
But they sing in German, and nevertheless it was like, hey, and...
I don't think the language is a barrier anymore. I mean, you have bands like Brujeria. They sing in Spanish. And they don't give a shit. I mean, they are, packing venues around the world. And I don't think, maybe 10, 20 years ago, maybe the language was a barrier, and if I want to make it big, I need to sing in English because everyone should understand what I'm singing about. But I don't think that's a thing anymore. You have a lot of bands. I mean, from Chile, you have a lot of new bands, studying, and they sing just in Spanish. And they are really good. And the audience, obviously, not Spanish speakers, they don't care. They really love it. Like one of them is Decapitated. Decapitated is a thrash metal band, and they are signed to a Polish label, something like that. It was at the
and a Polish label and a Chinese label.
A Chinese label and a Polish label, and they love the fact that they sing in Spanish. It's like it's a good thing.
Yeah, at least as far as I know, in some regions of America, U.S. America, there are more Spanish-speaking people than English-speaking people. So
yeah, I mean, you have very, very big countries like Argentina, Colombia. You have millions and millions of people speaking Spanish, and the thing is that we have Brazil in the middle, speaking Portuguese. But but Portuguese is like a Spanish.
It's more like a Spanish-Portuguese.
Yes. Yeah. You can. If you talk to a Brazilian guy or a guy from Portugal and they speak really slow, you can understand pretty much everything he's saying. So it's not that difficult. No, but if they start speaking, really fast, you're not gonna get anything. That's for sure.
Maybe it's not a thing anymore, but as far as I know, the countries in South America are very religious. Are there some problems with authorities regarding metal bands?
Brazil is the most
metal
religious
bands?
country in South America.
Brazil is it's a big country, so it's a very religious country, Catholic religion. Chile, I think it's a little bit less religious than two decades ago. But South America in general is a very religious region. From Colombia, for example. Mexico is a very religious country. Very religious country.
When I think of a Slayer with an album, God Hates Us All, doesn't sound so appealing to the authorities.
There's a very funny fact. Back 10 years or 15 years ago in Chile, Dayside played there. Dayside death metal from the US, and the flyer, the flyer posting the streets of the tour poster was the face of Jesus Christ with a bullet hole in the head. So some high authorities in a Catholic church protest to the government, and the government tried to do something with that. But what happened, the gig was packed. So there's a play, and some young guys throwing Bibles to Glenn Benton, shit like that, And some Christian protesters outside the venue. It was crazy, but I think we are moving forward to a more free way of thinking.
Yeah, I think it's more free speech now. In Chile, you can do pretty much anything you want if you do it with, obviously, respect. You don't have to step on anyone. But for instance, in 1992, it was that Iron Maiden gig got banned. They couldn't play because in Chile. The first time it was 92, yes, and we were just getting out of the dictatorship, the Pinochet dictatorship, and the country was just in diapers. We didn't understand how the world worked. So this band is coming called Iron Maiden. Have you read the lyrics? Bring me your daughter to the slaughter. 666, the number
of the beast.
This is just a journalist in the 9 p.m. news in the prime time.
Oh, it was
prime time talking about Iron Maiden. It was ridiculous talking about Iron Maiden and showing the cover arts in the television. So it's Iron Maiden. We are in 1992. We have Morbid Angel or Dayside, Immolation, and more satanic bands, and you are making this for Iron Maiden? No way, man, no way.
Yes.
Yeah. At least it was last millennia, and nowadays it's different.
Yeah.
How difficult is it for small Chilean bands to come to Europe or to play here? It's probably pretty expensive to get here.
Yes, it is expensive, but I think the main thing or the main reason is they don't have the appropriate contacts, to organize tours. Chilean bands touring in Europe every year. A lot. Small bands touring in a club gigs tours. But
Squad houses.
squad houses, but not maybe in big instances like festivals.
Yeah, you're not gonna see them in Wacken or I don't know, it's Summer Breeze.
Have to know the right people to play there.
Because maybe the contacts are. There are some festivals or some promoters that you can only contact through a booking agency, like maybe I don't know, Duisburg or Continental Concerts. If you don't have that key, you're never going to be playing in that festival because it's difficult. And for those small bands, us included, we don't have the right contact, so we cannot play there. But yeah, it gets difficult because the plane tickets are really expensive. If you're not getting paid to play, obviously it gets even worse because obviously you have to pay for everything. I mean, your plane tickets. You have to rent a van, to move. You have to pay for your diesel, backline, everything, merchandising. You have to, So it is a very costly project, if you ask me. It's like, do you have like 15,000 euros, to just throw it to the thrash?
Spend it, yeah.
Yeah, that's
money.
pretty much.
Is the scene working together, or is it?
I think it's
competing against each other.
You have everything, pretty much. I mean, we have a lot of guys supporting each other, a lot of bands supporting each other, but you also have some haters. They just want to, I don't know, destroy everything the others do. But yes,
it's the same everywhere.
I think everywhere is the same. But if you ask me, I think Chile is the Chilean metal bands are working more together than ever. So I think because sometimes just youngsters just write it to us in to the email. Hey guys, where did you rent the van? How did you do this concert in Europe? How did you get that gig? How did you do that? And we have no problems about sharing that information because I think it's the information is there. It's in Google. You can Google it, but sometimes 20 years old guys don't know, or maybe they are not, wise enough yet, to.
Yeah, and if you can ask someone you trust, it's always better than just Google it.
Definitely. Yes.
So, if you have any more ideas to tell our audience about your scene, I don't know what more to ask, but thank you a lot for the insight.
Well, we had a great time today here in Duisburg again. The energy of the crowd was absolutely amazing. So we are very happy to be here. So we really hope that this festival, Rage Against Racism, continue in time. Yeah, it's a very nice instance. You can see around families with little kids, young kids, guys, old metal-heads. This festival have a great vibe. It's for me the message is very important. I said this before on a stage. The message is very important because we are here gathered, reunited.
You don't see that kind of message everywhere. No. It's like maybe you have festivals, really good lineup. You have amazing bands, but there is nothing behind. There's no message at all. It's like, okay, go see bands. Okay, but this go see amazing bands, but you have a message behind it, and that's really important.
For us, for Nuclear, the message is very important.
Very important because us being from South America, you get sometimes some undeserved hate because you are just from South America, not from Europe. Not many times, but we have received some very hateful messages in the past. And I think this festival is it's a 20-year-old festival that should probably be around for another 20.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
It's
so
an
and
important message. united by music. And
Definitely. And I think for those watching this, check out Chilean bands. You're never going to be disappointed with one of them.
You're gonna be surprised.
You're going to be surprised. You have a lot of, you name it, thrash metal, death metal, doom,
High quality bands.
high quality bands. And I think,
Amazing albums.
you know, the record labels, the booking agencies, and everyone around the metal music business, I think, should be putting their eyes in the country.
to the young and hungry Chilenian bands.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. Vielen Dank.
Ich danke euch. Thank you. And let's say it again. We all are united by music, and there's no place for hate, racism, fascism, or anything like that. Thank you, Francisco and Matias.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
The rules.